If your goal, switching topics, if your goal is to shed a few pounds, you might think the secret is to eat less. My next guest is flipping the script, saying we should eat more to lose more. Nutritionist Alisia Essig joins me to share what we can add to our diet to lose weight. I got questions. I've got questions. It's great to have you.
Good to have you.
Great to see you. A lot of the world encouraging us to restrict our eating in order to lose weight. You say that's not the case.
Yeah, most of the time that's where we come from. What do I need to cut out? But really, if we come from a place of abundance and think, what do I need to add in? It's more sustainable. It's something that can last longer than just cutting out something temporarily.
So it's not just about what's on our plate. It's about a mindset here.
Right, definitely.
A place of abundance. I like that. Do your suggestions today work for all age groups?
Yes, it works for everyone, but it's especially beneficial for people who are really trying to heal their relationship with food and who are done with dieting and really just want to be able to lose weight a little bit more slowly, not as fast, but in a way that you can keep doing it and do it in a sustainable pattern. All
right, the concept here is negative calorie preloading, and I admit this kind of rang a bell in my brain. I think I've heard this before, but I don't know much about it. So explain this concept.
So it's when you start your first course or right before you eat breakfast, lunch, or dinner, and you start with a fruit or a vegetable or anything that's about 100 calories or less in plant food. And what it does is it fills your stomach with that fiber and water and helps you reduce your overall calorie intake in that next meal.
So it's sort of like a pre-meal snack.
Yep.
It's the pre-game.
Yep, pre-game on veggies,
and
yes.
Does time matter when I eat this, you said?
Within 2 hours before the meal.
Before. 100 calories is kind of the window.
Yep.
And a natural food, like a fruit or a veggie.
Yep.
Okay, from there, the next concept you bring to the table is a 50-50 plate.
Yes. So traditionally, most Americans are usually only filling their plate with about a fourth of vegetables, if you were to, split the plate. And so if instead you make your plate half vegetables, it reduces your overall calorie intake. It helps you fill fuller faster, and you don't have to count anything or restrict anything.
So 50-50.
50-50. Half of your plate should be vegetables. Look down, physically, half of it is vegetables.
And vegetables sometimes viewed as the enemy, although if you put on that abundance lens again, that abundance mentality, I've got a plate full of delicious food, right, that will help fill me and fuel me. You say there is one surprising food that is especially effective for weight loss.
Yeah, beans. Beans are the magical food. The more you eat, the more you can lose weight.
Clever. Well played. Well played.
One of my favorite studies was done where they took two groups of people. In one group, they had them restrict 500 calories. In the other group, they had them add 3 cups of beans every week to whatever they were already eating, which is about a fourth a cup of beans to lunch and dinner 6 times a week. Okay. Well, at the end of the study, both groups lost the same amount of weight. However, the bean group had better blood sugar regulation and lower cholesterol.
Are all beans created equal? Do you have a bean you prefer over others?
All beans, any type works.
Any beans, but bring them into the diet.
Yep, bring them in, add them in.
Alicia, you see that forgiveness is a key factor in not just better self-love, but actually in losing weight. What does food forgiveness, what does that process look like?
We have a lot of baggage that we carry with food. We have a lot of guilt, a lot of shame, but if we can come from kind of more of a place of love and be able to drop that extra baggage, I really love the Hawaiian tradition of ho'oponopono, where you just repeat the phrase, I love you, I'm sorry, please forgive me, and thank you. Just repeat it, not to anyone in particular, just say the phrase in your mind when you're feeling guilty about whatever you ate or whatever you did, just say, I love you, I'm sorry, please forgive me, and thank you. And it will help you drop that extra weight around food.
I learned this when our longtime health and fitness contributor, Melanie Douglas, retired from our show, and people were sharing their emotional stories about this connection, she had formed with them through the screen over the topic of food. And it is such an emotional one for so many women. And forgiveness, you think, becomes this, strong emotional cord, and losing weight is more practical and technical and science-based. But we often preach and we often feel this mind, body, spirit connection. And that's what I almost hear you speaking to, is the practical side of losing weight and health can come if the other pieces are in place too.
Exactly. And really shaming yourself to lose weight is not the best way. If we come from that place of love and forgiveness, then it'll actually be more effective the next time we choose to eat. That self-compassion plays a huge role.
Yes. What is the number one thing, Alicia, in conclusion, that you want women to remember as they set out to maybe drop a few plant pounds?
just to add in. Ask yourself, what can I add? Not what can I restrict, but what can I add? Can it be more water? Can I dance more with my grandkids? You know, can it be more plants, which is my personal favorite? But what can you add in to make this more enjoyable? It may not be the fastest way to lose weight, but it's more sustainable and it's more enjoyable, really.
Feels more healthy, feels more whole, which is what we want to be in this health pursuit of life. Thank you so much for your balanced perspective, for your wisdom, your experience. Where can we learn more from you?
I am on YouTube and on Instagram with it's at PlantWise, because I like to teach the why behind eating more plants. So it's PLANTWHYS.
PlantWise. We'll meet you there. Thank you so much, Alisia.